Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Huda London. Please like, share, subscribe. I hope everyone's having a wonderful Monday, and I wish you all a blessed week. This is the case of the Idaho Moscow quadruple murders. Like I told you all, I've started the case from the beginning. This is some articles I found, or not articles, things that were put up on social media in the beginning. This has to do with the frat boys. This is very interesting, but this is for entertainment purpose only. I'm not accusing anyone of any crime, but it's worth taking a look at it. I find this to be very, very interesting. This came from the, what was it? Fortune, I believe. Okay. Bro, you can see Kings Road house from David S.X.'s room. Once the third floor lights turned off, they did it. 90 minutes total, walked included. Talked about the shit at Bishop Kelly and S.X. Lodge, that's David Lodge, and Eaton got into a fight that night. Xana allegedly talking shit. May she rest in peace. I'm sorry about the language, I just have to read it. L had probs, that's David Lodge, had problems with Mads also. This shit has been brewing since fall rush last year. CNTS went quiet on SM for 2 weeks before and after the deed. Burns' mom, a paralegal, so he knows not to say shit. Lodge cleared his SM. Had to take a shit, sorry to say. SX22 saw Eaton, Xana, Lodge and Byrne at the party. Lodge, that's David Lodge, and Eaton was having issues. Back to Eaton rushing him. Eaton talked shit about Lodge taking steroids and having balls shrivel. Lodge pissed as he wanted Xana. Lodge, had to take shit. SX22 saw Eaton. Xana, Eaton and Xana. Lodge and Barry at the party. Lodge and Eaton have had issues, back to Eaton rushing him. Eaton talked shit about Lodge taking steroids and having his balls shrivel. Lodge, that's David Lodge, pissed as he wanted Xana for dumb-ass youngins like Eaton. Tutors are assigned for like the freshmen. Barry blew it with Eaton. Eaton, a second-year fresher, Barry also self-conscious about his spick blood and talks empty shit. Barry and Lodge talked about this shit in general for a while. They talked about leaving their cell phones behind and on YouTube, putting it to no pings, no guns, too loud. Area dead early Sunday morning. So this was what they were allegedly planning. Barry even calls out shit media. Media saying TITTIS, you'll know what it means. Titties was not the target. That shit is false. TITT blah blah. Bad luck. Targets were Xana, Eaton, Xana, and Mads. Mads talked shit about David Lodge. She never acknowledged Barry. Mads right about that one. He's a CUNT. David Lodge should have also taken out Barry. WKF and Dirty South, Lodge and E hated each other. Barry got a bid because our house GPS sucked and the NC was on asses. Barry is schizophrenia. Dirty South and E should not be more opposite, could not be more opposite. Mads did talk shit about Dirty. Dirty is Dirty South Lodge. David also pissed. She was Rogaine Jack, his girlfriend. So that is Jake, I guess, because that was Maddie's boyfriend. Or did they mean Jack? Had to charge no plug. Mads was also the target. Tilly is not a target at all. Bad luck, well-known fact. High probabilities, some brothers are aware. Rogan has ample opportunities and will play the grieving boyfriend. Barry actually talked about this shit in detail in the past. We ear electrician gloves, put on baggy clothes after and walk away. BTW, Barry's dad works for a professional cleaning company. That shit was disposed of in Garden City over the Thanksgiving holiday. So you need to take your time to read it. So basically, you can see the Kings Road house from David's SX room. I think there's a Sigma Chi. Once the third floor light turned off, they did it. 19 minutes total, walk included. Talked about this shit at Bishop Kelly and SX Lodge, and Eaton got into a fight that night. Zana allegedly talking shit. David L had problems with Mads also. This shit's been brewing since fall rush last year. They went quiet on SM for 2 weeks before and after the deed. Burns' mom is a paralegal, so he knows not to say shit. Lodge cleared his SM. So it looks like we're dealing with Lodge. What was the other one called? Barry and another David. So there's two Davids. David Lodge and David something else. I can't remember his name. And then there's Barry. So the three of them. Barry was the tutor for Eaton. And David Lodge wanted Eaton's girlfriend Zana. May she rest in peace. So the fight broke out, or the argument broke out between 8 to 9 at night at the Sigma Chi. That's why the police was definitely interested in the timeline of Eaton and Zana. Maddie allegedly was a target for them too because she spoke shit about David Lodge. And Rogan Jack Rogan, or Rogan Jack, was trying to act like the grieving boyfriend, but he knew about what was going on. So is that Jack, or is that... I don't think that's Jack D. I think that's the other Jake, basically. So is that Jack, or is that... I don't think that's Jack D. I think that's the other Jake, basically. So these people who are planning it, they said they will put on baggy clothes after and walk away. Barry's dad works in a professional cleaning company. I was always wondering, like you all know, what's up with the minor police the alcohol minors, the body cam footage, and the four figures running. I think the four figures could have been actually them. This is allegedly. Actually them. This is allegedly. This is all allegedly. So this was what the Fortune Post.
4chan.
Apparently the night of the murders, Eaton and David Lodge got into a fight at Sigma Chi. And Eaton said Lodge had shriveled balls from steroids. Zana was talking shit too. David Lodge has long-standing beef with Eaton and apparently married too. So that's 3 targets. Kaylee wasn't the target, allegedly. Barry and David Lott are butt buddies who talked about murder fantasies before. Also, something about Barry being Eaton's future and not doing well with it. So, Shiver Balls, does David Lott comment trigger the steroid rage in Lott and his little twink sidekick carried out their long-standing fantasy together. This is at least this is what I gathered from the fraternity. So somebody snitched there, which is good. It was true. One person, this was the plan they made. One person doing the wet work and up to 3 people on the lookout. That's the 4 figures, I guess. Frat beef and jealousy over Xana, perhaps. The one guy, Barry, his parents own a professional cleaning service. The poster claims to even know where the knife is. It's all checked out so far. Barry seems to be quite the incel. He's only in the frat to boost GPA. He was also Eaton's tutor. The one with the cap is David Lott. The other one is Barry or the other David. I think it's Barry. No, it's David. There are 2 Davids and 1 Barry. And then it continues. I have it on good authority. Cousin is a cop in a nearby town, but called in to help in Moscow once school started backed up. Apparently, the investigation is looking directly into the Sigma Chi frat party. Eaton and Xana attended from 8 to 9 that night. He did not have any updates on their timeline after they left between 9 to 1:45. Very important, I always said it was about Eaton and Xana's timeline. So they did not have any update on there. After they left at 9 to 1:45. But did say it looked like the investigation is honing in on 2 suspects from the party that night, and an update should publicly name them by the end of the week. Never happened. Sigma has made their social media private and removed all info from Facebook going back a few years. That's right. I went and checked. 2018, 2017 was what they put up. Nothing after that, for those timings at least. They believe Eaton and Xana were the main targets, stemming from an argument that night. Investigation is looking directly into the Sigma Chi frat party. Eaton and Xana attended from 8 to 9 that night. He did not have any updates on their timeline after they left between 9 to 1:45. Very important, I always said it was about Eaton and Xana's timeline. So they did not have any update on there. After they left at 9 to 1:45. But did say it looked like the investigation is honing in on 2 suspects from the party that night, and an update should publicly name them by the end of the week. Covered them in the morning, about 30 minutes before 911 called. They called their friends at Sigma to come over, who in turn called the police. It's right across the street, and for whatever reason, they believed it was the people from Sigma upstairs around 2:15 that night. Very important. So the roommates actually believed it was from the people from the Sigma Chi at 2:15. And when was the body cam of the police? Don't forget, 2:58. 2:56, and it lasted up to 3:12. When were the four figures running? I was always focused on those four figures. It looks like it's from the Sigma Chi. Let me continue. Sigma Chi. They believe Eaton and Zana were the main targets stemming from an argument that night. Downstairs, survivors could hear two males, rummaging through the room above them. Figured it was after party, locked the doors and went to bed. When they discovered them in the morning, about 30 minutes before the 911 call, they called their friends at Sigma to come over, who in turn called the police. Imagine that, in case they did it allegedly. It's right across the street, and for whatever reason, they believed it was the people from the Sigma upstairs around 2:15 that night. Back door was left open. That was sad. One dead in bed, the other blocking the room door with their body. So that is either Eaton or Zana. One was dead in bed and one was blocking the room door with their body. Look at how they knew. Because all this I'm reading to you is 1 week after the murders. Police just updated the Facebook to reiterate they are not looking into the activities of that night, only the murders, which to me suggests something is very wrong. Something went on. Fight, drugs, etc. and spilled into anger later that night and got them killed. Also, they didn't want to release the profile they created as it would cause undue fear in the community, the Greek life. Can you believe that? Looks to be in the case never relax around. Look at them bigger zoom. So, okay, these are looks to be the case never relax around. Right seated or bigger zoomers. Okay. So dirty. South Lodge did it, and Rogan Jack was in it, and Titties was the wrong place at the wrong time. Madison was in bed. So I think they're talking about Jack pretending to be the grieving boyfriend. Yes, except Rogan Jack was not in on it. It was Schizo, C-U-N-T, Barry, and Dirty South Lodge. So those are the two who came out to the plan, who were fantasizing on it. And Rogan Jack did not mind to act like the grieving boyfriend. How was Jack in on it? Don't buy it, somebody said. In the comment above, ample opportunity was in response to someone asking why Rogan Jack didn't take revenge on Dirty South Lodge if he was aware that Dirty South Lodge had killed his girlfriend, Mads. So they're talking about Jake. Wonder if Frat Annan is Eaton's brother. Taking suggestions for what to call in this mess so far I've got. David Berokoa like tweet that day after the murders. So there's two Davids. Sorry for my pronunciation, guys. Keecha? Okay, we call him David B. Like I care. David B is like tweet that day after the murders. Lodge, that is David Lodge, tweets about leaving the country, probably in reference to a sports game, but shows it's on his mind. What do you all think about this, guys?
So these are the posters I'm sorry if they're not clear enough. But this is something just to keep in your thoughts. The 4chan article could just be completely fake, or it could value something. I find it strange that the motives are mentioned, the 3 targets are mentioned. They even mentioned how they're going to do it. That they were going to leave the mobile devices behind, the phone devices. We saw 4 to 5 figures running. We heard stop it, stop. There were so many things going on in the background. And now we have the house demolished. We have evidence that hasn't been handed over to the defense attorney. So I really don't know what's going on. But 4chan is something I always have in my mind. Sigma Chi fraternity said that they don't have cameras and surveillance in front of their property and behind their property. That doesn't make sense. There are so many students who live there. And we did see David Lodge. And sorry for my mix-up. There's 2 Davids, so it's David L and David B. I hope you get justice for these students, these victims, because it doesn't make sense to me why the Sigma Chi fraternity was called even before the police. There were many people walking inside and outside of this crime scene. That is serious. Where's the 3 unidentified male DNAs? Did they belong to one of the Sigma Chi fraternity boys? I believe this has something to do with the Greek lifestyle. Whether it has to do with Hannah Clear or if it's the 4chan, it's something to do with the college itself. And I believe the suspects came on foot and by car. I wouldn't be surprised. There's a lot going on by foot. Justice for the 4 victims. Please like, share, and subscribe.